Hi everybody, Robert Dyer, and welcome to the Robert Dyer channel, where today I have a product that has great timing because we're getting into the time you would consider to be summer at this point. And here in Maryland, where we have the greatest resort city in the world, Ocean City, Maryland, that means it's time to have steamed crabs, and steamed crabs, Maryland blue crabs, of course, they have to be. They have a crab seasoning on them, and especially even if you're not from this part of the country, you've probably heard of Old Bay seasoning. Well, this product I'm reviewing does not have an Old Bay license, but that hasn't stopped other people before, because I think the best crab chip in the world is the Utz crab chip, and they don't have the Old Bay license either, but their crab seasoning is wonderful that they have on those. So I have reviewed on this channel some Old Bay official licensed products. This one is not a licensed Old Bay product. This is the Royal Farms Chesapeake Bay Crab Seasoning Cheese Curls. And it says premium cheese curls. And of course, one of the things I've reviewed was a Hers Old Bay cheese curls, so that's pretty much what they're copying here, I think. And Royal Farms is a mega gas station convenience store that you're probably familiar with if you're in the state of Maryland and some of the surrounding states. But they just now have opened a location here in Montgomery County in Gaithersburg. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the packaging here. And once again, we have this nice Royal Farms logo here with this kind of foil embossed lettering and the gold trim around. And then you have the illustration here, a real Maryland blue crab that's been steamed so it turns red. And there you have the so-called Chesapeake Bay crab seasoning in some sort of a rustic idea of a glass jar. Then you have some individual ingredients that might go into that seasoning. And finally, you have the representation of the cheese curls themselves with the seasoning on it. And then down here, you have it's kind of hard to see, but if you're from Maryland or any place that you eat steamed crabs like this is that parchment paper that they would put out on the table so you don't destroy the table. And there's the mallet that you use to crack open the crab shell. So they definitely have the accurate crab depiction here, as you would expect from a company that's actually in Maryland. Here on the back, once again, it's a bit of a waste of space because it's just a generic message about their whole store brand line of products. So nothing is selling you on the delicious Chesapeake Bay flavor that you're going to get if you buy this chip or anything. So, and then here I have to point out that this is a bit of a salt bomb, over 1,000 milligrams if you eat the whole bag, and over 300 milligrams in one serving of 15 curls. And also, for those who are concerned, there is MSG in this, and there you see Royal Farms, Baltimore, Maryland, the American flag. So let's get this open here, and well, this right away I can say is 5 stars in terms of the aroma. This smells like I just entered the crab house. It's just absolutely 100% accurate what you would smell if you went in. Well, I guess Phillips Crab House is gone forever, unfortunately, but this is exactly what you smell when you come in the door there. And I think they had their own seasoning as opposed to Old Bay. But let's get one of these out of here, and you can see it's definitely got a decent amount of seasoning on it. Let's go ahead and see how it tastes. Well, it's different from Old Bay, and is different from the Utz crab seasoning, but what is similar to Old Bay is that you can detect there are some sweet elements in it as well as the spicy elements, or perhaps I should say ingredients, not elements. But part of the gimmick with Old Bay to try to avoid people copying their recipe is they put some unexpected ingredients into it, and it also, there's a distinctive note of vinegar. It's kind of in the finish of it that you get a little hint of vinegar, but it's like a sweet vinegar as opposed to a salt and vinegar chip, nothing like that. The other thing that really stands out, which I think is a positive for me, is that the cheese curls are more like the Jack's brand. That's what I prefer, a kind of a softer, less dry cheese curl, as opposed to the Cheetos cheese curls, which they're better than nothing, but I don't like those. They're really crunchy, dry. They're just less rich all around. So this is more like Jack's, J-A-X, if you've ever had those.
Was that really Nick's phone? The optics. Disavow, disavow. I like to stay in those new hip hotels that don't have a front desk. The app just signs you in as you walk through the empty lobby. I like to order a room service Marriott burger with melted Swiss cheese, mush, roasted mushrooms, and caramelized onions on a burger. That is hot stuff. You can get that at a number of different hotels. After that, just for fun, I like to call the front desk, which is really just a guy with a headset on in a cubicle in Mumbai. Hey, where's the game room, I ask? Where's the pole position machine, the pool table, and the vending machines with snacks and sodas? They never know what I'm talking about these days. Then I say, can you send up some fresh bath towels? Some big thirsty bath towels. No, I can't. I'm in India, he says. Well, why don't you come here to America, I say. Ask Charlie Kirk. He'll staple a green card to your diploma. And when you get here, send up some of those big thirsty bath towels.
Well, I have to say I was impressed when I first smelled the aroma of these, and I think the flavor was almost as good as the aroma. It's going to be a notch below the Utz crab seasoning, even though I think this one smells better than the Utz. It smells more accurate than the Utz does. But this is a little closer to Old Bay than the Utz recipe is. So if you're big on Old Bay more than the Utz, you might like this one then, because it has a lot of the same elements. So it has some of the more common ingredients that you would expect to taste in a crab seasoning. So it's authentic enough in the flavor, definitely 100% authentic, 110% authentic in aroma. Probably the best part is, like I said, it's got the texture, and you can see on my fingers here perhaps that there's no shortage of coating on it. And I think in terms of the front of the package, this was fantastic images on the front here. They could just use a little more enticing description on the back. So I think all around, I mean, this is a store brand, but the cheese curl itself is 1,000 times better than the mega corporation of Frito-Lay, what they put out. So that's pretty impressive. I think their budget is a lot smaller than Frito-Lay. So I'd now be interested to try their regular cheese curl. But it's summertime here in Maryland, and that's time for Ocean City and steamed crabs, and naturally a Chesapeake Bay crab seasoning chip. And I think this will fit the bill for just about anybody if you have Royal Farms in your area. I'm going to go ahead and give this a 5 stars out of 5. This is even better than I thought it would be, and I would highly recommend it if you can get your hands on it. 5 stars out of 5. Hope you like this video. Share it with your friends. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.